From being called a unoriginal and plagiarizing game labeled as Pokemon with guns, to breaking records and becoming one of the most successful games in 2024, Palworld has been through a variety of controversies. How did they get here? And today we're delving into the story of Palworld. But before we get into this video, I have noticed that 99% of my viewers are subscribed. If you really are enjoying these videos and don't want to miss out more of these stories, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe and like the video. Anyways, Palworld, the invention of South Korean studio Pocket Pair, has emerged as a cultural phenomenon in the gaming world, captivating audiences with its innovative gameplay and charming aesthetics. The journey from its humble beginnings to its current success is a testament to its vision, creativity, and perseverance of its developers. Or is it? In an interview with Pocket Pair on Japanese TV, they stated that none of them knew how to develop a game at first. Many of them learned on the job. They especially had a hard time finding someone to design their firearms, so they posted a lengthy blog post, but to no avail. Somehow, eventually, they had to hire a part-time 20-year-old developer working at a convenience store. They also had a hard time making the game in the game engine, which then required the senior developer to hold their hands along the way in teaching them how to develop the game. But in order to make the game successful, many of the in-game decisions was catered towards the Western audience, and the decision to make the game theme like Pokemon with guns was one of them, thinking because Americans like to play gun games more.
The decision to make it Pokemon with guns was because they were worried that the game wouldn't be a global success unless they added guns, because Americans like to shoot things.
In another interview, the founder and CEO of Pocket Pair is Takuro Mizobi. Mizobi talked about how it's a miracle that Palworld even exists in the first place. He said it took him over a month to craft a prototype of just one character. His goal was to have 100 characters done by that time. Mizobi didn't even plan a real budget. After the slow start, he realized he cannot do this on his own and he needs a team. Here is a rough translation from Mizobi's words on how his hiring process was like. The budget limit is until the balance in your bank account reaches zero. When it reaches zero, you can borrow money. In that case, do you need to arrange your budget? No. All you have to do is borrow money or release money just before the company goes bankrupt and your account balance drops to zero. Well, we'll probably be able to develop it for about 2 more years. For the time being, I decided to keep making it without worrying about the budget. We want to complete it as soon as possible, so let's hire a lot of people. Once Palworld was out, it broke records, breaking Steam's concurrent view count twice, with 2 million people playing it at once, outcompeting other popular game releases like Dota 2, Counter-Strike 2, Cyberpunk, and recent Game of the Year winner Baldur's Gate 3. And currently on Steam, it is only ranked number 2 behind PUBG. The project by Pocket Pair went from selling 2 million copies in 24 hours to over 8 million in less than a week. According to SteamDB, Palworld is currently the most played game on Steam with 2 million players. Palworld has also set an unreal precedent compared to other early access games. With Palworld only being in early access, it is expected for them to beat out PUBG and become the #1 game on Steam. And with PvP expected to come out later on, many have predicted that it will shatter more records. Besides setting a new precedent for gaming, many people have hopped onto the trend for this game by making funny and creative clips. Palworld burst into the gaming scene with modest expectations, but it quickly garnered attention for its unique premise and engaging mechanics. Players were drawn to the idea of a vibrant open-world Pokemon game with guns, known as Pals, which they could tame, train, and utilize for various purposes. Whether it's gathering resources, constructing shelters, or engaging in combat, the Pals served as loyal companions, enhancing the player's experience and fostering a sense of togetherness. And most importantly, this was something Pokemon fans wanted for a long time, but Pokemon was reluctant in making. The success of Palworld can be attributed to several key factors. Besides being a game people never knew they wanted, the game's attractive theme of an open-world Pokemon game with charming style and immersive world design captivated players from the outset, drawing them into a rich and vibrant universe filled with endless creative ways to fight and new creatures to explore with new dungeons to conquer. In addition, Pocket Pair's commitment to community engagement and player feedback played a crucial role in shaping the game's development, as they actively applied input, implemented player suggestions, and cultivated a vibrant online community through forums, social media, and livestream. However, many have criticized that they are stealing from Pokemon, just copy and pasting their models and recreate popular Pokemon designs. But many popular streamers like Asmongold, Agent Zero, Moist Critical, Ludwig, and more have criticized that this is a creative yoink and twist, and that Pokemon have done this before by copying designs from Dragon Quest and Digimon, calling Pokemon out that they are just mad that someone has outshined them in their own bubble, and blaming them for not doing this earlier, and that this is what the innovation looks like.
Well, I don't think anybody really cares. I mean, if the game's fun, then that's all that really matters.
There's plenty of things to not like about the game. As I said, it's so far from perfect, but it's still super fun and significantly better than anything Gamefreak has put out in a long time.
But unless it's proven that they've stolen designs, stolen models, used AI to generate their pals, then I really think it is a thing burger.
You think they copied and pasted another game, and for some reason we care more about this one? No, this one's more fun, dummy. That's why it's breaking records. This game is fun, bro. So if it was Control-C, Control-V, why was the other shit not fun?
As the game found itself embroiled in a series of controversies that threatened to destroy his reputation and divide his fanbase, the Pokemon plagiarism case in particular cast a shadow of doubt over Palworld's integrity, prompting worldwide speculation and debate within the gaming community. Critics on Twitter pointed to similarities in creature design, combat mechanics, and world exploration as evidence of Pocket Pair's alleged plagiarism, raising questions about the originality and authenticity of their creations. In response to the allegation of plagiarism, Pocket Pair were quick to deny any wrongdoing, assuring that Palworld is a unique and original creation born out of the studio's imagination and innovation with an inspiration from Pokemon. They emphasized the differences between Palworld and Pokemon, highlighting the distinct art style, gameplay mechanics, and narrative themes that set their game apart from their inspirations. Despite their efforts to dismiss the accusations, the controversy persisted, causing more and more people to hate on the company. And as the hate increased, die-hard Pokemon fans started sending death threats to the studio workers, forcing Pocket Pair to put out a statement in an attempt to stop the threats. I have received a variety of opinions regarding Palworld, but all productions related to Palworld are supervised by multiple people, including myself, and I am responsible for the production. I would appreciate it if you would refrain from slandering the artists involved in Palworld. If Palworld deserved to get this amount of hate in the first week, right now people have been speculating the possibility of Nintendo taking this to court. But what makes this lawsuit extremely interesting is that the fact that some people actually think Nintendo could easily come out on top. What would this mean for Palworld? This could end up in Pocket Pair paying huge fines, splitting revenue, or even a full shutdown of the game. On the other hand, people argue that Palworld isn't anywhere near similar enough for there to be a lawsuit. Some have even compared this to the Fortnite and PUBG case, where Epic Games seem to have come out on top. The game has gotten so huge that it's on Nintendo's radar, and they've even put out a notice saying that they'll investigate on this issue. So do you think Nintendo will win? On top of the plagiarism controversy, Palworld was also accused of using AI to steal and generate their pals to make it look like Pokemon. After Mizobi posted multiple AI-generated pictures on Twitter the past few years, hinting how accurately AI can create Pokemon-like creatures, even earlier this year, he was posting AI-generated memes about Elon Musk. Although there was zero proof that the pals from Palworld was made by AI, many people have done some deeper digging and are using Pocket Pair's earlier game before Palworld, which was called AI Art Imposter, which was a combination between Among Us and Midjourney, where you find a painting made by AI. After finding out that the CEO was a huge fan of AI, they used this game to accuse them of using AI technology for Palworld. In my opinion, it's totally fine for Palworld to use AI as long as it turns out great and make a fun game. There were also many controversies regarding the ethics of how the pals were portrayed as disposable assets. Even PETA, the organization fighting for animal rights, are advocating for Palworld to even have a vegan option. I think at this point, people are just hating just to hate. I think Palworld is a very good game, and even though they were accused of AI, I mean, who cares? As long as it's good and fun, I don't see a problem with it. In regards to them plagiarizing Pokemon, I mean, Pokemon have been drawing inspiration from other games for a long time, so I don't see why not Palworld can't draw inspiration from them. When discussing Palworld and Pocket Pair, it's impossible not to speculate on the game's future and the company in general. Will Pocket Pair become a household name like EA, Rockstar, or Sony? I mean, I don't mind. Will they end up being a one-hit wonder, or will there be a next game even bigger? I mean, only time will tell. Pocket Pair have already shown some impressive numbers, making over $100 million in the first 5 days of launch, and over 2 million concurrent players on Steam. I mean, I think their full launch will be much better with PvP as well, and I think it will be more fun. Before you guys click off, here's a shameless plug. Please remember to like and subscribe this video as it really helps a small channel like me grow. And if you guys have any topics you want me to cover or explore, please leave a comment and I'll consider it. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys in the next time.